Here we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody's doing great out there. I am fabulous because we're going to start talking some game day preview, NFL playoffs, divisional round. We'll go with the AFC in this show, and we'll dissect the NFC in another show, but it is exciting. We got the Elite Eight. 8 teams left for road to the Super Bowl. It does not get no better than this. The NFL season almost at its conclusion. God, I love football, and I'm so excited for this weekend. It's going to be glorious, unbelievable contest, no doubt. So let's dive into the AFC contest first and dissect, see what we're going to do, see my predictions, see where it's going to go. It's going to be glorious. So follow me. Let's do it. So starting off first, it is the Kansas City Chiefs taking their rested bye week, those sons of guns. And taking on those Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, I'm going to let my homership come out just a little bit. I'm a Bills fan. I'm edging for these Bills, but my evaluation will be unbiased as usual, even though I desperately want my Bills to win. But we'll start with these Jaguars. Unbelievable, unprecedented what we witnessed Mr. Trevor Lawrence do on the field, throwing 4 interceptions versus the LA Chargers, having enough calm and cool to bring the team all the way back. You kidding me? The poise in this young quarterback. I mean, we knew Trevor Lawrence was going to be good in the NFL, to great in the NFL, and to see this young man at his second year in the league, like I've said the entire season, if you followed my shows, I mean, this is basically his rookie year under now Coach Doug Peterson. It was a dumbfire under Urban Meyer, so he got nothing out of that coaching staff. Now all of a sudden we're starting to see what this man can do. Clearly, there is a lot of ice in those veins. You're never done and out with a Trevor Lawrence, and he showcased that. The reason the Jaguars are so good is because the ability of the run game as well. Once Trevor Lawrence gets to get going, I mean, this offense can hum and move. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram has stepped up the last several weeks. This offense is good enough to move the ball and put up anywhere from 25 to 30 points like we witnessed last week. They will be tested extremely hard against these Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, they got the bye week based on, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Bills game being a no contest. They got defaulted into the bye week, so they get the fully rested. Jags in the season 4-8, Kansas City 14-3. Patrick Mahomes again, MVP likely again this season. His season was absolutely glorious. Over 5,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. It's just Patrick Mahomes. It is what it is. He does he spreads the joy to all his wide receivers, even though they didn't have Tyreek Hill. I thought it was, actually quite unbelievable what Patrick Mahomes was able to do on the field this year. They spread the ball around all over the place. Jerick McKinnon now, it's like you could plug me into this offense and I'm going to catch, 50 passes in 17 games. That's how efficient this Kansas City Chiefs offense is. And with Patrick Mahomes, you're never out of a contest. He's going to sling the ball. He's going to dial it up to anybody who's open. And I think that's the difference that we see in Kansas City this entire season. Mahomes doesn't necessarily force the ball, even though he has had interceptions dropped by the defense. The forcing aspect, he usually now this year is going to the wide open man, whether it be MVS, whether it be the running back position, whether it's Juju or Kelsey. He's spreading the ball, every single contest, and he's finding the open man, taking what the defense gives him. Jacksonville is going to have a big problem on defense, even though they do have the ability to get after the quarterback with decent regularity and efficiency. The spread makers have the odds in this contest at 8.5, favoring these Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Can't hate it, man. Over under 52.5, so they do expect a lot of points on this board, on the scoreboard. So we'll see. I mean, we go back even to when, we saw a game like the Jaguars and Bills from the previous season where the Bills were stymied by this Jaguar defense. Yes, it is a different crew, but they still can get after the quarterback. So if the Jags can figure out a way to pressure Patrick Mahomes, this could be a lot closer than a lot of people do believe. But again, Trevor Lawrence, in this game, you cannot throw 4 interceptions in the first half and think you're going to come back versus a Patrick Mahomes. You got to play a near-perfect contest, sir. They got to run the ball with a Travis Etienne. did get stifled last week, did not run the ball extremely well, and I was shocked to see that the coaching staff did not utilize this man more in the pass game. Travis Etienne is a home run hitter and a big-time playmaker. You got to get the ball in his hands and see what he can do in the open field if the Chiefs are taking away a lot of this wide receiver talent. However, outside of, I speak of the Jaguars' good pressure on the quarterback, so do the Kansas City Chiefs. They rush the passer extremely well, and it does, mask a lot of their inadequacy on the back end. So this is the key, man. If they can protect Trevor Lawrence, he should be able to at least spread the ball to his talented crew of wide receivers and get open. Zay Jones going to have a big game. Evan Ingram's going to have a big game. You know they're going to try to lock up a Christian Kirk. So again, that's why I'm saying Travis Etienne needs to have a very big day. Control the clock a little bit more. Set up that play action pass, and there is potential for them to at least keep it close. However, this is Patrick Mahomes. What else can I say? It's Patrick Mahomes. It hurts. He is, arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. Likely going to get the MVP again this year just based on statistics and team success. So when you're talking 8.5 points, maybe a little high for my liking. I will finalize my picks again on Friday night or Saturday early morning before the games do begin. But, 8.5 points, I'm probably likely sitting right now toward the under, as I do believe the Jags will at least kill the spread late. You don't expect the Chiefs to just come out and blow out the Jags. We shall see. Is there room for an upset? I highly doubt it. The Chiefs are battle-tested. This is their territory now. They've been to the postseason how many years in a row? This is not new territory for them, where this is new territory for the Jags. They're going to be tough, hard-pressed to, go into Arrowhead and win this contest. So I'm definitely believing the Chiefs are going to lock up this win, but the point spread will have to dissect some numbers in my charts a little bit more before I make the final push. But as we sit today, I don't hate the under, taking the Jags plus 8.5 because, this thing could get killed late with Trevor Lawrence throwing the ball. Next one we got is the Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, and this would have been the rematch, but we all know that game got canceled due to the unfortunate incident that happened to Damar Hamlin. No contest, so both teams lost the contest. Lost the contest in the stat sheet, I should say. 12-5 for the Bengals, 13-3 for the Bills. The Bills do get the home game. This changes things. Everyone's going to say, what we saw in that first contest on Monday Night Football, that did get played for the first quarter or the first half of that first quarter. Joey B started out the gates extremely quick, threw that touchdown pass. Everyone's thinking the Bengals are going to rout the Bills because Joey B is so good. He is good, and we're not going to sugarcoat that. Joe Burrow is a phenomenal quarterback in this NFL. However, we all understand what the problems are. 3 starting offensive linemen likely out for this contest. Kappa, he's questionable. He did not practice, as is Jonah Williams. Will not likely play with a dislocated kneecap. That is usually 6 weeks injury time of recovery. This is going to be a problem, and okay, all Bills fans, we wish we had Von Miller in this situation, but we do not. So we got to see exactly what Leslie Frazier's going to, do, the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. I suggest, like they did versus Miami, versus Skylar Thompson, bring the heat, and you got to put pressure on a Joe Burrow. You have to in this contest. Limited, starters on the offensive line. They're going to likely struggle in the run game. Joe Mixon, in the best of days, gives you 3.5 yards per carry. So as long as the Bills can shut down the run, shut down the play-action pass, yes, they're going to go deep to a Jamar Chase. Yes, it's going to be a problem. Tyler Boyd seems like he could be the massive X factor, as all the attention is going to go on Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins to make plays. Tyler Boyd could have a very big day against the Buffalo Bills defense. The Bills, on the other hand, they're relatively healthy right now. We do got some questionables on the injury report, but everybody looking and leaning towards suiting up like they did last week versus those Miami Dolphins. Everyone wants to criticize the Bills and say that Bills game, they almost lost to the Dolphins. If you did not watch that game, you got to understand momentum and game game flow played a massive role in that contest, including the refereeing, which was piss poor in my opinion. The Dawson Knox touchdown by rule that was called back. If you look back at that, yes, he did juggle the ball as it was in midair. He re-secured the catch, and by definition of the rule in the NFL, and it's not me being a Bills homer, this is by definition, if the ball can hit the ground as long as he maintains control of the ball, meaning the ball does not move, and it did not move, they called that touchdown back. If that was a touchdown, the Bills are up 24 to 3 or 24 to nothing, and that game completely is a whitewash and a different story. So do not give me all this Miami held in with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills had turnovers. They were pressing. Josh Allen was pressing. He was very careless with the ball. This is what transpired in that Dolphins game. If you don't think that they're going to improve in this contest, Josh Allen's going to take what this defense gives them. Yes, they're going to go a little bit on the deep shots like they did this past game, but Dorsey kind of got out of his own game as well. He continued to go deep when he should have been, checking the ball down a little bit. Bring that defense up, play the safer, play the clock. That did not happen. The Bills allowed Miami to crawl back in. So there were lots of things that came to pass in that wild card game. You start to get a little tense when you're the Bills coaching staff, and all of a sudden Miami's coming back with some defensive scores and recovering the ball on Josh Allen. This is what happened in that contest. I totally foresee the Bills coming out to play very well in this game, running the ball that much more. I mean, Josh Allen should be able to pick apart this secondary to high regularity. There's no question about it, but Joe Burrow is never out of a contest. We can say recency bias is how the Baltimore Ravens played these Bengals, but the Bengals do match up very well against this Buffalo Bills team. So that is the difference, where the Ravens defense does match up extremely well to stop the Cincinnati Bengals. So, I mean, there is things you got to look and pay attention to. And as of right now, Vegas, 5.5 points. I believe it's gone down to 4.5 in some circles. But the Bills are favored at home, and it's proof to why. They are the more complete club overall. They just got to understand that Joey B is the catalyst. He's going to sling this ball. He's going to leave it all on the field. He's Mr. Ice 2. No pressure is too great for this man. The over-under sits at 48.5, so we should see another high-scoring fest. Maybe it starts out a little slow. We start to see a little game flow, but you know that the Bengals want to score fast and put the pressure on a Josh Allen. But even when Josh makes those mistakes, you see how he plays, man. 4,200 yards, and you're talking 13-3, and Josh Allen has a problem because of his turnovers. Yes, they are up this year. 16 forced fumbles on the man this year? It's not great. 6 lost, 14 interceptions. It's not a good scene for Josh Allen turning the ball over. But this is what you get. You got to take the good with the bad with Josh Allen sometimes. When he's in the zone and he's locked in, he's mother effing good, and you know this. This should be a very good contest. The spread might even be a little high for me. This could feel like a 3-point game for me to take. I might take the Bengals plus 5.5, and we'll see again. I gotta look at all the statistics at this point before I make my final decision, but I do believe Buffalo at home than Buffalo in Cincinnati. Completely different story. Are the Bengals ready to come into Buffalo and knock off the Buffalo Bills? That is the question. Without a run game, without getting turnovers, if the Bills play a clean game, I think the Buffalo Bills will take this one. Not easily, but they will be able to handle the whole situation as it is. So I'm definitely going to go with the Buffalo Bills in this one. No homership aside, it's going to be a very difficult contest, and the Bills got to play mistake-free football, and they got to run the ball extremely well. Control a little bit of that clock. Get Joey B a little bit chilly on that sideline sitting on that bench. That's what you need to be doing. It's going to be a good show, man. I'm telling y'all, the AFC games are going to be absolutely phenomenal this week, and I am all set for it. Let's go. So there you have it. That is AFC Divisional Round Weekend Contest Game Day Preview. You gotta love what's coming. It's gonna be so exciting. All these teams should be here outside of maybe the Jags, right? So it's gonna be very entertaining football, no question. So definitely sit back, crack your beers, and whatever else you got, the chips and the dip, and enjoy the contest. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. And we'll see you next time. I am out.